the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship of the World rematch. Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois. Now, a lot of controversy in the first fight with the body punch. Was it a low blow? Was it clean? But a lot has changed since then. Usyk went on to win the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship and defended it, beat Tyson Fury 2 times, and an unbelievable resurgence by Daniel Dubois, 3 fights in a row, including a knockout win over Anthony Joshua. All 3 of those wins since the Usyk fight, which was in Poland. He's won by knockout. This one's going to be in his backyard in the UK. Don Charles, Daniel Dubois, resurgence. Can it continue? Or does Oleksandr Usyk do what he always does and get the win?
I have talked a lot about this fight, so I'll keep it as tight as possible in a fight that there's a lot to talk about. But for the last time before the fight, I'll say this. I will follow what I just talked about before, the forging of the fire. Dubois was always a good puncher. He always knew how to fight, all of that. But before the first fight with Usyk, he was not forging the fire. He had not found himself. That magic hadn't happened. That metamorphosis, that change, that just what I just talked about that happened with Shiraz. It hadn't happened yet, and it might never have happened. But then it happened. He found himself. He found himself because he wanted redemption, Dubois. Because when he lost the way he did against Joyce, I know his orbital bone was broke, but he still gave up at the end. You know, he lost. I know, again, there was a low blow and it wasn't, and all that. But at the end of the day, he gave up. He gave up against Usyk. He ain't giving up this time. He ain't that guy no more. Since that fight, he found himself. Since that fight, he found something that's a lot more important than a W in a column or a purse of money. What it is pride. What it is the ability to look yourself in the mirror. The ability to walk out that door and feel good about the person who walks out that door and walks down that street and sees people. He fought for that. He fought for the right to feel the way a man needs to feel and wants to feel. With pride about himself. And when you fight for that, you're a hard guy to beat. And he's been a hard guy to beat because he hasn't been beat. When you're already talented and you're already thick-boned and muscle the way he is, where he's just a natural power. He is the kind of guy that just is he has that kind of thickness in his body. He hurts you when he hits you. And he's young. Usyk's getting older. This is a dangerous fight for Usyk. This is a very dangerous fight. Getting close to going out the door. He's getting closer and closer to retirement. He deserves to retire now, anytime he wants. Look what he's done. What more can he do? I know you can unify the title again, whatever, but what more can you do? He's made so much money, thank God. He's a hero to his people in the Ukraine. He gives them hope that this terrible war that they've been dealing with. Then they look at who the heavyweight champ, and it reminds them that there's always hope, that how strong they are as a people when they see him, if they need to be reminded. This guy is a special guy, Usyk. One of the greatest winners you're ever going to see in the history of any sport. And his character, everything, tremendous. He is in a tough fight. I mean, you could say that about the Fury fights. They were tough fights, of course, but, he did what he had to do. But he's at a point now where, with the miles on the odometer, with where he is at age-wise, where he is at accomplishment-wise, if he thinks for a second, which I know he doesn't because he's a winner, because winners never think the way I'm just going to touch on now. But if he was to think for a second that Dubois is going to be the same guy that he was the first time, he would be in danger of really getting caught by surprise. But I don't think a winner like Usyk gets caught by surprise. I just don't think that's in his DNA. So at the end of the day, my projection of this fight is that, hey, go watch it. It's going to be very interesting. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be very interesting. It really is, because Daniel Dubois, if it is in his destiny, and it might be, for what he's gone through, if it's in his destiny to win, he's ready to win now. He has been forged in a fire. So this is going to be a really interesting fight. At the end of the day, you know where I'm going. I can't go away from one of the greatest people, and I think Dubois is a great person, and his trainer's a great person, but I can't go against one of the greatest winners, a guy whose greatest trait and asset, yeah, he can box, yeah, he's defensively good, yeah, he puts punches together, yeah, he's a southpaw, but a guy who just knows how to win. He finds a way to win. I can't go against Usyk. I can't go against him. He'll find a way. It might be really, really tough, but he'll find a way.